Patchalong 5.0. This is block number 6, and we are going to be using the Sway 4 machine quilting ruler and the Sway 3 machine quilting ruler. Don't forget, you can pick up all the products that I share over on our website, peaceandquilt.com. But for now, let's get stitching. Welcome to the 9 Patchalong 5.0. In this series, we'll explore 9 unique 9-patch machine quilting designs, perfect for quilters of all skill levels. To get started, you'll need a few essential materials and supplies. We'll be using the Sway machine quilting rulers available at peaceandquilt.com and marking our quilts with the blue Mark Be Gone marker. To remove the marks, mist the area with a solution of 1 cup water and 1 teaspoon baking soda, repeating as necessary until the marks are completely gone. The batting we will use is Quilter's Dream wool, and the threads are so fine and the Super Bob bobbins. All of my quilting is done on a Gammill 22-inch machine, stitching in the stitch regulated mode at 13 stitches per inch. Each design is taught by me, Natalia Bonner, using these machine quilting rulers, ensuring you achieve the best results. Quilters of all skill levels and machine types are welcome to join, but you must have a machine in good working condition, a basic knowledge of ruler quilting, a ruler foot, and base plate. Additionally, the piecing pattern and design workbook for this series are available for purchase at peaceandquilt.com. Let's get started and create some beautiful quilts together. So I have already started this block by stitching in the ditch all the way around the outside of the block. I've also stitched that sashing next to this block. First, I'm going to use the Sway 4 machine quilting ruler. Starting at that bottom side, I'll stitch a point-to-point curved line. Then I'm going to switch to the Sway 3 machine quilting ruler. Now you could go through and mark out this design before you begin any machine quilting, and it might save a little bit of time and adjustment, because when we switch to the Sway 3 machine quilting ruler, to find the measurement, I'm going to be lining the measurements on that ruler. So the center marked line on the ruler up right on top of that center line. So on top of my seam, the ditch on the block. So you will notice that I am going to slightly be adjusting my ruler, maybe taking a few more stitches than is absolutely necessary. So I'm trying to show you just different ways that you can quilt out designs using the markings on the rulers, or if you want, you don't always have to mark everything out. You can just start quilting. I don't believe in rules. I also don't believe in the quilt police. So if it feels like it's working right for you, then just stick with it. So as you can see here, I'm working back and forth, traveling first up the left side of my block, working back and forth between the Sway 3 and the Sway 4 machine quilting ruler. By working back and forth between the two rulers, you can see how it really creates kind of this beaded look. It's really a fun design that you can bring to life. So once I've stitched that first row, now I'm going to repeat that process, but on that second row. A lot of times I am using the seams on my blocks as measurements for my machine quilting. Okay, so when I'm stitching this curve here with the Sway 3 machine quilting ruler, you'll notice I stitched the first side of my curve. Then, through that concave side of the Sway 3 machine quilting ruler, there are some markings, and there is a marking that indicates a 45-degree angle. So I will line up that 45-degree angle on that Sway 3 machine quilting ruler on top of my ditch to quilt the concave side, and I don't even have to worry about that extra 1/4 inch marking or measurement, kind of eyeballing. I'm using the markings on the ruler, lining them up on the ditch and continuing my stitching. So I'm going to repeat that process. On the second row, you can see there was 2 sets of those 3-inch circles that I quilted first. Well, first the half circle, then traveled down the ditch and stitched the second 3-inch circle. Then I'm going to switch back to the Sway 4 machine quilting ruler. I'm going to stitch to the corner. Then I'll line up that center marked line on the circular end of the Sway 4 machine quilting ruler. Stitch a half circle, stop with my needle in the down position, readjust my ruler, use gentle pressure, glide the ruler along the foot along the outside of the ruler, and complete that circle. So now at this point, then I'll readjust that Sway 4 machine quilting ruler and stitch a second one of those 4-inch circles. Again, same process, stitching half of the circle at a time. Then I'm going to use that straight side of the Sway 4 machine quilting ruler, travel down the ditch, and you can see that I've traveled just a little bit too far, so I do actually take a couple stitches backwards. Then I'll use again that circular end and concave side of the Sway 3 machine quilting ruler. Line up those 45-degree marked lines that indicate that circle center on the concave side of the Sway 3 machine quilting ruler, and I'm going to stitch out that 3-inch circle. I'll repeat that process. Now I'm going to work up that next row, making this fun string of circles. And then I will finish off this adorable block by completing that final row of these circles or purls going down that right side of the block. So as I continue to work here through the 9 Patchalong 5.0, you can see that I've quilted here on my Gamble 22-inch machine from top to bottom, left to right. So next I need to quilt that side border. There is a free video tutorial available to all enrolled students in your classroom dashboard. So you can go find that there, and I show you exactly how I machine quilt my outside border. Then I'm going to use that fun pebble, I call it kind of like a polka dot design, through my sashing, the sashing that goes here in between blocks 4, 5, and 6 and blocks 7, 8, and 9. So I'll quilt that next, and then I'll be ready to get stitching on my next row. So starting on my next row, I will start with the border. I'll quilt the border over on the left side of the quilt, and I'll be ready for the 9 Patchalong 5.0 block number 7. So I will see you all there.